Hi guys, it's Bridget. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a beautiful day. And today we're going to talk about kitty cat stuff. So as a mother of 10 beautiful cat children, I will tell you that I love giving you guys updates on how they are, if we had any adoptions, which we're not adopting anymore because we're at our max right now. But I love giving you guys updates about the cats, but I've never done a solid video just like, here's the things that I think help their quality of life, enrich their life. So I want to talk about some snacky foods today, a couple toys, some quality care things, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So if you're into cats, maybe you don't know where, you're thinking about getting one, you don't know where to start, here's a couple of things maybe that could help you. Or if you just love them and you want to talk about kitty cat stuff with me, let's do that in the comments. So let's get into it. Of course, I want to make this very clear. I am not saying I'm the end all be all of cat professionalism, or I'm not an expert in the field. I have a ton, I've had them all my life, and I've got a lot of experience under my belt. And also, however you care for your cats and however you feed them and treat them, as long as they're happy and healthy, you're doing great. I feel like there's a lot of people on the internet, especially on TikTok when I watch a lot of people, what they feed their cat in a day and everything. It feels like they're kind of shaming people that can't afford the luxury things. I can't either, so I get it, and whatever, as long as they're healthy, you're good. You're doing a great, fantastic job. You don't have to give them Tiki Cat with every single meal. That costs $4 a can with every single meal to make them, have a better quality of life than they would have at a shelter. Or, some shelters put them down if they don't get adopted. So you're doing fantastic. Thank you for saving a life if you've adopted. And now, with all the spiels and disclaimers out of the way, let's get into it. Also, if I have a link for any of these things, I'll leave a link down below. And I'm not really feeling my makeup today. I feel like this one looks okay. This side, a little off. Let's get into it though, regardless. Okay, so let's start off with toys. I think toys is fun first. So firstly, I have this little laser toy. A laser toy that you hold by your hand is fun and everything, but a lot of us are busy and you don't have time for that, or maybe you're at work and you don't have time for that. This is motion censored, so if it detects the cat underneath it, it will cut on. Sometimes it does it without the cat being there, so you have to charge it more often, but it is rechargeable. On the back here, you just plug in a little USB thing. It works out pretty well. You can kind of station it on the wall. It is adjustable too, so you can put it on whatever angle you want. I like the fact that I can mount this on the wall, point it down, and have a good spread of the laser. So it does a good job. It gives them some kind of enrichment, some kind of enjoyment, so they're not breaking your stuff. They have something to look at and play with. I think cats being bored is the main reason a lot of things get broken. And everyday things. Sometimes it just happens, cats are gonna break things, but some people are always telling others that their cats are so destructive they want to break everything. Well, I think if you give them something of their own to play with, to interact with, I think it's gonna help, with that a little bit. So yeah, I really like this one. I got it from Amazon. Now I have a lot of cat tunnels like this, the cat tunnels and everything. However, little Popo, because it's like a scratchy nylon-y material or whatever, it's like a plastic, he likes to poo-poo in those. He likes to use the bathroom inside the tunnel. Therefore, I can't have that kind of tunnel anymore because that's a whole problem in itself. So I saw one of these, and it took a couple weeks for it to get here. I ordered on Amazon, but it wasn't Prime, so it took a long time to get here. And it's a tunnel-ish situation without being enclosed. It has a little ball and feather, or bell and feather on one side, and then it has a little scratchy ball on one side. It's super stringy and elasticy. It's not as tall, it's like a giant cat tunnel, but it does provide some, woo! It does provide some kind of entertainment for them. They like to go in and out of the pieces, and the cat's not using the bathroom in it because it's not a solid scratchy material. Look, they're already enjoying it. Yeah, that one was a really good purchase. I think it was $9. Each cat has their thing. Poe likes to find unique places to use the bathroom, which I have a problem with, but we're doing our best. Next up, as far as toys go, I don't really have any other recommendations other than getting the toys that have the refillable backs with a little Velcro on the back that you can put catnip in, because then you could keep refilling it and it feels like a whole new toy to them. I would say for your cat trees, cat scratchers and everything, instead of buying the whole new scratcher, which I've done several times because I didn't know this was an option for a while, get some of this replaceable yarn stuff. It's like twine. I got this from Amazon. I bought 2 of these at once. I think it was $18. Yes, it's kind of expensive, but cat trees and scratchers are expensive, and this is a cheaper option. Whatever they scratch off and the rope kind of comes off of the trees, you can just rewrap it. Cut it off with take a razor, cut it off, or rewrap it and staple it at the end. It's not that bad. Okay, so let's talk about some health things. As far as pest stuff, fleas and ticks and everything. Haven't had any ticks. We had a few fleas. Earlier this year when it started getting warmer around April, we had a few. We have Advantage 2, this one, and sometimes it's XD, whichever. Sometimes XD is on sale, but usually just Advantage Plus. We tried the Frontline before, it never really did anything. Advantage is what we use on our cats. As far as the house, because we do have a big catio, it's a screened-in catio, and if the grass gets a little long, or if, you know, maybe a possum comes by, we have a pest guy that comes by, obviously. I don't really know if it helps fleas, but we have been spraying this flea and tick home spray just around the perimeter of the catio and slightly inside of this, like, bottom of the screen of the catio to prevent any pests from coming in. It's doing a great job. It smells very strong, like a cedary, woodsy smell. I'm not a fan of how strong the smell is, but it does dissipate relatively quickly, and it's just to make sure that no like fleas, ticks, ants, bugs get inside of our catio. This was $20 at PetSmart, and it does a pretty good job. Just, you know, every once in a while, just refresh it out there and make sure we're all good. Next up, this isn't a glamorous thing, but oh my god, has it been useful before. So this is called Gland X. It's Boot the Scoots Anal Gland Hygiene. I know it's not exciting, but sometimes, you know, especially when you give them a lot of wet food or you're integrating something new in their diet, you're changing their food, whatever it may be, maybe they got into something, sometimes a cat gets a liquidy poo, and especially ones with longer hair, it can get in their fur. You don't want to see that happen. You don't want any mess around your house. These are just great wipes. It opens like a normal, like a Lysol wipe container. You pull it through. These are just good to have on hand. They're gonna last you a really long time because hopefully your cats aren't sick very often, but it's good to have just in case. More wipes now, face wipes. Now I used to have like a cotton round face wipes. They discontinued those and now they have these. These are the Pet Wipes Unscented. Your pet will feel pure bliss. These are just opened up like baby wipes. These are very big. I wish they were like half the size of this and I got more of them because it's like a huge face wipe. You can use them for dogs, obviously. But this, you can wipe their eyes if they have any eye boogies, any crusties. We use it for Akasha because she has a lot of eye inflammation because of her feline herpes. So she gets a lot of like discoloration and crusty. We kind of wipe that. You can use it to wipe their nose. If they have something like maybe they got into something on their mouth, you can use it to wipe their mouth. This is just really great for eye boogies, anything like that. It's good for them and it's not going to hurt them. I wouldn't recommend anything like an actual human baby wipe. I would use these that say it's safe for pets. Oh yeah, it does say what you can use it for. It says deodorizing the butt, natural ingredients, healthy coat, alcohol-free, hypoallergenic, and antibacterial. And you get 100 in the pack. I got this from Amazon too. Now this next thing is for cats who have or dogs, I guess, have a weakened immune system. So if you notice one cat gets really sneezy or has allergies or anything like that. Like Akasha has a weakened immune system because she has feline herpes, like I said. And then also Biddy's very old, so we make sure we give him this to keep his immune system, you know, up and running so he can last longer and have a healthier life, longer life with us. So this is lysine. Now this is what the vet will give you if you need something for immune booster. It is lysine in a gel form. It smells like maple syrup, and I don't really know why. Now we have a couple of these that the vet has given us on our trips there. They're like $35 at the vet. They smell like maple syrup, and it's very hard to mix into food for picky cats. This gel is very thick, so mixing it into the cat's food so they won't notice, which is what we try to do, doesn't really work with this. So we went on Amazon and on Chewy. They have it both on Amazon and Chewy. We have this Coco and Luna L-Lysine Immune Secure. This is just the pure lysine powder, which is what you need. Like it's this stuff without the gel and maple syrupy stuff. This is just a straight up powder. It's way easier to hide in their food. Again, we have some picky eaters. It comes in here. You have a little tiny scoop. It's a scoop, and it tells you like for a tiny cat you can use 1 scoop or 2 scoops daily. For a bigger sized cat, it's easier to hide in the food. It smells a little bit like fish, like slightly. It doesn't have too much of a fragrance, but like it has a little bit of a tuna-y smell to it. But it's really not bad. It's easy to hide in their food. It says it's salmon flavored, but it just smells a little fish. But yeah, it's easy to hide in their food. You can mix it into anything, whether your cat's like a regular chunky food, a paste, a broth situation. This works, and it's easier to hide than this. So I would recommend just getting the straight up lysine, L-lysine. Yeah, it just works really well. It helps just keep their immune system a little boosted, which some of them need more than others, you know? Now on to food and stuff. This one is also kind of an enrichment as far as their diet goes. We do give them wet food for breakfast every morning. I feel like that's a really nice way to integrate moisture into their diet. They say the best dry food in the world is not as good as the cheapest wet food in the world. And that's because cats need a lot of moisture in their diet. And if you're just eating hard food, they're not going to do that. And cats don't necessarily drink a ton of water on their own unless they really need it. So having wet food in their diet, even if it is the cheapest wet food, is better than just giving them dry food, they say. But as far as like dried products go that we try to enhance their food with when we give them wet food, we use the Stella and Chewy's Marie's Magical Dinner Dust. It's freeze-dried raw chicken. So it's cage-free chicken that's been freeze-dried. You can see it right here. And this comes in like this little thing, so you can pour it over top of their dry food. We like to mix it into the wet food in the morning for their breakfast time. We mostly use it for Akasha because she is underweight and small and she needs to put on some pounds according to her vet. So we mostly use this for her. We will give it to everyone else too when, you know, we feel like, sure, why not? Because it's really good for them. It's 100% freeze-dried chicken. It's 98% chicken bone and organs, according to the packaging. We use it a ton. This, however, is an inconvenient system of putting it in their little like wet food dishes. So I do use just a little Target snack dish. And I tore the handle off of a Dairy Queen spoon and we just give it to them like this. Like I'll just take a scoop, drop it in their food, and we're good to go. This is just an easier way of pouring it into their wet food daily than pouring it out of this big bag. So if you're looking to help your cat gain a little bit of weight, or you just need something like pure, good protein for them, great way to do it. This stuff is kind of expensive. I think this bag was $20, but really when you're only giving them like one spoonful at a time, it really lasts quite a long time. Next up, I want to give a big thank you to Weruva. They sent us a can of their pate, like the chicken flavored pate. So I want to thank them for gifting me that. So I wanted to share with you the pate because they love wet food. Like they're little fiends for wet food. Some I think eat the wet food too fast, but you know, anyways, good. Again, more hydration. They need hydration. These are the Weruva Play Pate Chicken Checkmate Dinners with a hydrating puree for chicken lovers. These have a really good consistency to them. I will tell you, if you have a cat who doesn't like regular pate, like a lot of my cats don't love all the pates, this is like a gelatinized pate. Like it's very wet, it's like squishy. It's not just like dry pate. This has a lot of like moisture built into it. It's kind of like a, I don't want to say moussey because it's not foamy. It's kind of like a jelly soup a little bit. It's just very, very soft, very, very wet, which is great. And again, if it's like a little bit too wet, you think like a little bit too liquid, you don't think you're gonna eat all of it, mix it in with a little bit of the freeze-dried chicken. Like I said, these are fantastic. My cats love them. And I can give, like, because these tiny little cans, I can give them one each on their special weekend dinners. Now, some of my cats are picky, like I said, and there's certain things that every single one of them will love, and that is these Delectables squeeze up things. I'm sure a lot of you know these things. This is what the box looks like when you get them. Or, you know, sometimes they come in just like a little 4-pack bag. Every single one of my cats is obsessed with these. And this is the only thing Azriel will eat that's a wet food. She will not eat any other wet food. She will only eat these. However, they have other options too, not just the little squeeze up paste. They have stews and broths and like little things like that. But my favorite thing, especially for cats who need to gain a little bit more weight, my favorite thing that I found on Amazon, and I didn't know they had it because I've never seen it in any stores, Walmart, PetSmart, Pet Supermarket, anything. Delectables, which is the same squeeze up company, chowder. They have these chicken and tuna chowders. I think they also come in just chicken flavor. These chowders are so good for them. Like, it says delectable treat complete with a topper. So you could put this over top of other food. I serve it on its own as just like a little chowdery dish. This is such good hydration. It has tiny little chunks in it where this doesn't. So it actually helps them slow down to eat it a little more. This, they just lap up and they're done. This slows them down so they're not eating too quickly. The chowder chunks are really good. And I can split this between two, so if I push all the food down, food's like right there. I can split that with 2 little ones and give them a little bit of freeze-dried chicken on the side, and it makes a good breakfast because they do still, you know, have other meals of the day. So this is just really nice. I will give the solid 1 pack to them most of the time, but if I'm serving it alongside something else, I will just do half and half per cat. Okay, last category here, because I feel like if I talked about cat trees and scratchers and other things, like what is available to you and what's in your budget is the best thing for them. So cleaning goes, I have one of these. I got it from Walmart. If I can find it again, I'll link down below. Like I said, this has an attachment on the end. It also has just like a little nozzle one, which they usually use. I just wanted to show you that it does come with something more vacuumy. It's a little Shark Ultra Cyclone vacuum. This is so convenient because, like, okay, some of the cats are messy. We do leave dry food out for them all the time just in case, because I mean, we have 10 cats. We can't exclusively feed them a wet food diet. It's just not affordable. This is so convenient to clean up the dry food though. Like outside of the bowls, some of them are messy eaters and they kind of drop food and they make a mess when they eat. So there's like always one or two at least pieces outside of their food bowls of dry food. And this is just easy to go in there, zoop, zoop, vacuum it up without pulling out a whole cord. This is a wireless one. You charge it back here, just a little USB. I charge it in their cat room, but it's just so convenient because I don't have to pull out a huge wire, like a cord and everything and vacuum it up like with a huge vacuum. This is just convenient for me. This is the pet power brush on the end. I didn't need it for the pet power brush, it just came with it. I will say the Shark vacuum was a little expensive. I think it was like $50, which felt like a lot, but it's better than me pulling out a giant vacuum every day. Like I use this Shark little vacuum every single day and it's my favorite thing, honestly. Okay, lastly, as far as cleaning and everything goes, we do use a litter genie currently because we feel like it gave us more of a seal on the cat litter smell than the like homemade one we tried to make ourselves. So we switched to an extra large litter genie, which does every other day we're dumping the giant bag. If you have less cats, obviously it'll be less. They say usually the regular litter genie will last a week before you have to dump it. We have the extra large one, and with 10 cats, we change the bag like every other day, basically. So those get really expensive. When you get the litter genie pieces, it's like $20 for a 2-pack of those bags. And that's not even relatively affordable. So I went on Amazon and I got these. They're the Well-App litter bags. These fit inside of your litter genie thing. So when you get your original litter genie, it has like this little cartridge and the bags are in it. Save the cartridge once you're out of the bags and you can put this in there. And it does the same exact thing, but these were so much cheaper. And you get so many, like, you get so many bags of these. It's gonna last you a really long time compared to the original litter genie, which has the name brand, and it's just gonna run you up a bill, you know? As far as litter goes, I feel like we've tried every litter on the market. We've even tried the like litter hacks that are like more affordable. We've tried paper pellets. We've tried corn-based pellets. We've tried the ones made for horse bedding. We've tried everything under the sun because we're not trying to spend $100 every other week for cat litter. So I will tell you the best cat litter, under $20 a bag, is going to be the PetSmart brand Exquisite Cat litter. It's what we use every time. Now, we do use it because we love the clumping. Clumping makes it really easy to scoop. And then it also keeps it really clean on the bottom because you can just scrape it off, which sounds gross, I know, but it is what it is, your scoop and poop. I do love the Exquisite Cat litter the best. Now, every once in a while, it is sold out and you can't get it, right? So if that case happens and we are ordering it through, well, you could also, yeah, you could order, the Exquisite Cat's exclusive to PetSmart, but you can order the other one we recommend from Chewy, which we do. And you can also order from Amazon. It's the Dr. Elise's, it's this one, cat litter. This bag in particular is the best one. It's also the cheapest one. For 40 pounds, the Exquisite cat litter is $18. For 40 pounds, this one is $20. You can get the other 40-pound bags in like the red packaging, the pink packaging that have more attractant smells in it. For $30 a bag, get the $20 bag for 40 pounds. It's gonna last you a good while. For us, it lasts about a week and a half for 40 pounds of cat litter. Well, yeah, about a week and a half for 40 pounds of cat litter. So $20 a week for cat litter, or a week and a half, you know, depending. It doesn't matter, whatever I'm saying. I'm just saying it's cheaper than getting those big carry-on totes of the Tide catch is what we used to use, because we could put the cat litter, we could dump the cat litter in the box and then use that big canister thing to put the old cat litter in and throw it out that way. However, because you get that nice container, it costs more. It's so much cheaper just to buy cat litter in the bag. And as far as the best one to control smells, good clumping, those are the two I would recommend. I've also heard really great things about the Target brand one, but I don't live in an area with a Target within 30 minutes of me, so you know, that's kind of off the table. But anyways, you guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. I feel like I rambled on a little bit, but hopefully it was a little bit helpful for someone out there, you know? But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. If you want more content about kitty cats, let me know. I'm always happy to do that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Have a beautiful and safe day.